Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel, and so let's look at the September releases for War Cradle. And my golly gosh, they're so fun. They're so cool. I do like these. Now, there are 3 different releases for Dystopian Wars coming. You got one for the Sultanate, the Abydos Battle Fleet, one Battle Fleet for the Imperium, the Scions of Wayland, and you have the Vanguard Squadron for the Union. The Union are my boys. I love those. We're led by director Abraham Lincoln. Anyway, so bit of lore there. I do like the Union. I think they're really cool. And keep watching up because I'm actually doing a video on how to do a big force for Wild West Exodus, should you wish to collect an army rather than just a posse. Anyway, let's get back to the games at hand, which is Dystopian Wars and what's being released. Okay, the Abydos Battle Fleet is really freaking cool. I've got to say this because the main ship here, it's either a dreadnought or a stronghold or a control ship. So, like always, it can build one of several vehicles, ships, which is cool because it means multiple buys is something you can do, as you'll have different ships with different uses. And this guy looks fantastic. It's got like a horseshoe shape, and I've got to say I love the look of it. It's very neat. It's very clean. It's very stylized. It's not got the cathedrals like the other Sultanate models do, but I think this is a nice looking ship. And what makes them really cool? These are from Egypt. Now, one of the things I like about Dystopian Wars in particular is that several of the factions aren't just what they are. Like, you've got the Sultanate and the Empire, but they're also divided as well into different countries. Now, the Abydos Battle Fleet here is an Egyptian one. So, if let's say you want to do Sultanate, but you just want to do Egyptian, you could just do an Egyptian force. And, there is the Pharos class here, the Tanis class, and the Abydos class. So you have 3 different ships here. So if you bought this 3 times, you'd have 3 different main ships. And of course, you've got the other ships as well. Now, I'm using the term ships loosely here because, like I said, it is Egypt, which is, though it is a Mediterranean country, it is on the southern part of the Mediterranean, and you've got the Nile, it's more famous for having desert rather than water. So Navy wouldn't be something you'd go to straight away. It wouldn't be like your first thinking. So how did War Cradle get around this? Well, hovercraft. And it's brilliant. It's just absolutely fantastic. I think that's a great idea. The Egyptians have designed their vessels to float upon cushions of air, equally at depth for gliding across the endless desert as well as the open ocean. Also kind of cool as well that I believe Armor Clash was very much based in Africa and was meant to go that way, which would say Egypt having the same sort of vehicles. Not these, because of Armor Clash's epic size, and these are a lot smaller scale. So we would see Egypt using the same kind of thing as they do in a navy as they would on land, which is really kind of cool. As I said, you've got those 3. That's your big resin model. And you've got the little bits on top to change them into each one, and it looks really cool. And then you have your next size, which are your skimmers. You have the Manjet class, Sabah class, Sobek class, and Meseket class skimmers. These look really sweet. They're very, very, very angular. Now, a lot of the Sultanate stuff is very rounded, and I like it for that because it's got a nice smooth look, but these are very angular, and they do remind me of the classical Egyptian look, which you would see like the pyramids, etc. as well. And then you have the Hashoshin and the Kopesh class skimmers, and of course your SOS tokens, which are scarab tokens, which means they have which looks really cool because it suits the Egyptian look. And I've got to say, these are really cool. I love the look of these. I love the big dreadnoughts. I think they look cool because the stronghold in particular is one that appeals to me, as well as a control ship, because they have the cranes, which means that it looks like you can fix your vehicles and you can fix your navy on the go, which is absolutely freaking cool. And I reckon this would look sweet in nice blue and gold, very much like the Thousand Sun colour. That's the way I would paint this. If I was to get this which is really tempting actually. Yeah, I would paint these in nice blue and gold colours, like the like I said, like the Thousand Suns. That would be my colour scheme. Also has a couple of portals because if you know in the lore, the SULTANATE is very much attached to the Order of the All-Shard, and they love using portals. There's nothing like cheating your ass off to get away with sneaky attacks. So yeah, it's a really nice looking set. I think it looks kind of cool. I do like the big one. So yeah, this would be great. Next is the Signs of Wayland Battle Fleet. These are fun. Again, these are cool too. Why? Well, you have your big ship, because of course you know, which of course can be built into three different ships again. You've got your Valhalla class dreadnought, your Skjoldin class dreadnought, and your Asgard class dreadnought, which looks like more like a mini aircraft carrier, which can carry the Valkyrie class hunt rotors. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. Now, I've got to say, this looks fantastic because these are Scandinavian. These are part of the Norway, Finland, and Iceland. And like I said, it's really cool. I've got to say that the dreadnought looks really looks like a repurposed posh rich person's yacht. I can just imagine the Imperium just sort of going, yeah, that's our boat now. And the rich person going, no, it's my boat. I said, no, I think you misunderstand. That's our boat now. Thank you very much. And the Teutonic Knights going, yep, that's our boat. What do you mean we're stealing it? We're not stealing it. It's our boat. And like I said, it's got the Asgard carriers. So yeah, that looks, I tell you what, if I was to get this, I would probably make the Asgard class dreadnought. It's not as, it's not as offensive as the other two, but the fact that it looks really cool with its with a Valkyrie class hunt rotors on it as well, with the actual aircraft attached. It looks really cool. I think that it gives it a kind of nice look to it, and I'll tell you what I'd probably do. I'd probably actually go without one of the Valkyrie hunt rotors and actually have one of them taking off. That would be cool. Well, like I said, you've got the Valkyrie class hunt rotors as well as the dreadnoughts, but you also have the Odin class Reaver, the Jotun class Reaver, and the Gungnir class Reavers. Those are your next big three ships. And you have 4 nice big ships in a row, and you have some smaller ones after that, which is your 4 class Raider, Loki class Raider, and Angrabodder. I'm sorry, I've just butchered that. I do apologize. Class Raider, the Heimdall class Raider, Boulder class Raider, and Jeffyun class Raiders, which are so cool. And you got some little things after that, which is your Fenrir class Raider, Escort, and of course your Estos tokens. But I would be amiss if I did not mention the big freaking robots. Yes. These guys are huge. They are massive. And I just love it. The fact that these robots, this is a Navy game. Dystopian Wars is a Navy game. So if you see the fact that these robots are literally walking around the water, kind of hides how big they are, but they are massive. They really are. And let's think. 10 times the size to be in an epic size. So they're probably bigger than the epic models anyway. They're probably bigger than Knights and Titans in 40k, which is pretty cool. And these are your Einherjar class Vitruvian Colossus. Again, I hope I pronounced that right. And you get 2 of those. So you get the Dreadnought, which can be made into others, the Assault Raiders, which is the Reavers, the Hunter submarines. Submarines are pretty cool actually because I believe they can't be attacked by air support, but they can't attack air support either, and they can hide quite easily. So submarines are pretty fun to have. Escort tokens, heavy corvettes, and of course your 2 Colossus, which honestly they look really cool. I love the look of these, but I love big robots anyway. Yeah, so they're huge monsters, and you can do it. And finally, my Union boys, they get their own little Vanguard squadron, and you have absolutely so much cool stuff in this. You have Union Verpoint Century platforms. These are great for scenery, but also if you've got the Independence, I believe it's the Independence battle fleet, you could use a spare one of these to turn that big ship into a different one as well. I believe so. And you have 2 more submarines, the Cheyenne class, 2 of those. And you have your Akron class Sentry Rotors and your John Henry Retrovian Colossus. Now, unlike these aren't as, I don't think they're as big as the Scandinavian ones. They don't look as big, but they can do something those other ones can't, and that is fly. They are flying robots. That is so freaking cool. What's better than a massive knight or titan? A massive flying knight or titan. One that's flying across the sky, only to smash you in the head with its big fucking hammer. So all in all, yeah, this is actually pretty cool releases. You have 3 decent boxes here. My favourite, I've got to say, is the SULTANATE. I've got to say the Abydos Battle Fleet is very much convincing me to go that way, even though I've really got to do the Union to go with my campaign, which is quite a long campaign I'm writing, and hopefully we'll get it finished by the end of the year. But yeah, I've got to say the Abydos one is fantastic. The Sons of Jutland is really good. The big Viking with a big axe as well. I've got to mention that. These, what did I call them again? There you go. Oh, of course, it's that one, isn't it? Einherjar. I apologise. I've butchered that. I do apologise. Okay, I am really sorry I butchered that. You get 2 of those, and they have big axes, and they're part resin. I've got to say, the big ships from Dystopian Wars are all resin. So expect some quite a lot of resin and work on that. But I've got to say, honestly, with War Cradle, I deal with their resin a lot, and I've had so little issues with it. I don't know what to say. Anyway, so there you go. War Cradle's releases for today. You have 3 fantastic boxes. The Abydos is good. I think if you like big robots, you've got 2 for those. The Union one is the one I will get, because that's the one I need to get for my campaign after I get Sturgeonium Skies. And yeah, some great choices. So which one do you like the best? Which models do you like? Because I'm going to show all the 3 boxes here anyway. Which one do you like? I've got to say the Union is my I do like the Abydos. It's the look, and I think in a gold and blue colour scheme like Ancient Egypt, it's going to look fantastic. Add some reds as well in there, and you have a nice cool looking colour scheme. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good day. Of course, you can get Dystopian Wars in Wayland Games. The link's down below. I would honestly suggest getting it. It's a fun game. It's for lore and the stories. It's fantastic as well. And of course, there is my comic, my merchandise as well, as always. Go down, links down there. The art is all by me. It's all my stuff. It's all stuff I've worked on. There's my comic as well, which I wrote and drew. And of course, there is Forbidden Planet, which does comics, which I don't write or draw. And of course, finally, you have Patreon. But as always, of course, treat yourself to something nice before you give me money, because that's the way it should be. And I'll see you all again in the next one. Goodbye.